Have you ever noticed that when you check your blood pressure, your eyes go straight to the top number? If it's above 140, you panic. If it's below that, you relax. But what if I told you that number is not always the most important one? What if the real warning sign isn't the high number at all, but the distance between the two numbers? Or even worse, what if the bottom number starts rising while the top one looks perfect? Here's the truth. A lot of people think they're monitoring their blood pressure correctly, but they're focusing on the wrong number. And depending on your age, the most dangerous factor can change completely. Before we continue, hit subscribe if you like clear, science-based videos, because this one might save you a lot of unnecessary scares. Today, you're going to understand your blood pressure in a way no one has ever explained it to you. Why are there two blood pressure numbers and what do they really mean? Let's simplify this as much as possible. Imagine your circulatory system as a plumbing setup. You have a hose and a faucet. When you open the faucet all at once, water shoots out with force. That water blast is the systolic pressure, the top number. It's the force your heart uses to pump blood. Now, between each heartbeat, the heart rests. The faucet stops pushing, but the hose doesn't empty. There's still pressure inside. That leftover pressure while the heart is resting is the diastolic pressure, the bottom number. The top number measures the force of the motor. The bottom number measures the resistance in the system when the motor pauses. So far simple, but here's where it gets interesting. The bottom number depends mainly on two things. One, the diameter of your small arteries. If they're constricted, the pressure stays high, like someone stepping on the hose. Two, the elasticity of your main artery, the aorta. A flexible aorta absorbs the water blast. A stiff one does not. And depending on your age, one of these two mechanisms becomes your biggest enemy. Under 50, the hidden problem is the bottom number, diastolic. If you're under 50, your silent enemy is often high diastolic pressure. Yes, the bottom number, the one almost nobody pays attention to. Here's the classic scenario. You feel fine, maybe a bit stressed, maybe a few extra pounds, but nothing dramatic. You check your blood pressure. Top number is perfect, 120, 125, 130. But the bottom number, 92, 95, 98. And you think, how can my top number be fine, and yet they tell me I have hypertension? The answer lies in that squeezed hose. What's squeezing it? Usually two culprits. Chronic stress keeps your sympathetic system activated. Belly fat releases inflammatory substances. Both keep your small arteries tight all day long. A common real-world example. People measure their BP at the pharmacy right after work. Rushed, tense, stressed, and the bottom number is high. But if that same person sits down at home for 5 minutes, breathes, relaxes, the diastolic number drops. In these cases, the heart is working fine. The problem is the environment the blood flows through. And yes, high diastolic pressure can cause long-term damage because it keeps the arteries under constant tension. But here's the good news. In younger people, it's usually reversible. With lifestyle changes, the system can recover elasticity. If this explanation is helping you understand your body more clearly, hit subscribe to support this kind of content. And don't miss what's coming next, because the second half of this story flips everything around. Over 60, the villain changes, pulse pressure. If you're over 60, the problem is no longer someone squeezing the hose. The problem is that the hose itself has changed material. As the years go by, your arteries lose flexibility. The aorta stops absorbing pressure. It becomes stiff like PVC. The result? The heart pumps. Strong pressure spike. The top number goes up. The stiff artery doesn't bounce back. The bottom number drops. That's why doctors in this age group look at something essential: pulse pressure. The difference between the top and bottom numbers. Example, 150 systolic, 60 diastolic equals 90 of pulse pressure. that indicates very stiff arteries. And here's the key point. Every additional 20 points of pulse pressure greatly increases the risk of stroke. The most common pattern in older adults: systolic above 140, diastolic below 90. This is called isolated systolic hypertension. It's the most frequent type and the most dangerous. At this stage, the main enemy is no longer stress. It's arterial stiffness. Two opposite cases, John and Mary. John, 38 years old, 130 and 96, strong motor, squeezed hose, high stress, belly fat, elevated diastolic. Solution: reduce peripheral tension. Mary, 72 years old, 150 and 65, strong motor, rigid tubing, wide pulse pressure, aging arteries. Solution: reduce sodium, increase potassium, protect organs. See the difference? Same disease on paper, completely different problems. This is why copying someone else's medication is like playing Russian roulette. Strategies based on your type. If you're like John, under 50, high diastolic, your mission is to relax the small arteries. 1. Lose abdominal fat, reduces inflammation, and frees the arteries. 2. Aerobic exercise, 150 minutes per week. Forces arteries to dilate, literal training for your vessels. 3. Manage stress and sleep 7 to 8 hours. High cortisol tightens arteries even when you don't feel stressed. If you're like Mary, over 60, high systolic, your goal is to protect organs and reduce the pressure spike. 1. Drastically reduce salt, under 2 grams per day, the most impactful change you can make. 2. Increase potassium, fruits, vegetables, legumes, avocado, spinach. Helps your body eliminate sodium. 3. Daily light aerobic exercise improves endothelial function and lowers systolic pressure. Blood pressure is not just a number, it's a conversation between two numbers that switch roles depending on your age. Remember this: if you're young, watch the bottom number. It's often reversible. If you're older, watch the difference between the numbers. It reflects arterial stiffness. And one isolated measurement does not define you. Trends matter. Tell me in the comments, are you more like Team John or Team Mary? Where does your blood pressure spike? And if you know someone who lives glued to their blood pressure monitor without fully understanding it, share this video with them. It might completely change their perspective. And now hit subscribe, because more videos are coming that will help you understand your health clearly, confidently, and without fear. See you in the next one, and take care.